Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We're actually starting on time. Can you believe that bullshit? And
that's crazy for us.
That's how we start June. That's how we start June. June 1st, 2024. 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern. And we're here.
Starting June like this.
You know what?
Okay.
Hold it. Wait. And all the sound is working at the same time. So somebody write this down.
This is fucking weird. Like
It is. I don't know. It is a little under 21 days, a little over 20 days till summer here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Although last weekend Memorial Day is the traditional start of summer when the pools open.
Ah, right. Okay.
Let me I got to all right. I was going to do something for Soth. So it's supposed to be everybody's talking about how hot it is, right? So it's supposed to be about 90 degrees here today,
It's
which
meant to
is
be pretty hot, yeah.
32.2 Celsius for those that don't use freedom units.
Yeah, but that doesn't really say anything without knowing the what do you call it?
Humidity,
yeah.
like Arizona, it's 120, but it's a dry heat. Okay,
yeah.
I think it's bullshit. 120 is fucking hot. So right now, it's 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Now let's see, what is our humidity? Our humidity is only 30% today. It's pretty light.
Oh,
I just want to point out that
basically means it's lovely. It feels
lovely.
Great.
It does feel great. It does feel.
It should feel great at 30% humidity at that temperature. Yeah, that's gonna feel great.
Yeah, but you also have an AC, right?
Well, yeah, it's America.
It's America. They all have AC.
If you notice behind me, I have my AC on right now.
Yeah, your window.
Opening the goddamn door. And the windows.
I don't know.
All of it.
Dog kennels in America have AC.
Yeah, they do. But yeah, let's see here.
That was a joke, by the way. I didn't realize it was actually true.
It is true. When you board your dog, they you can choose
like professional big kennels. Yeah, I was thinking like individual dog kennels out in the yard.
Oh yeah, no. It is a wonderful. Let's see where we're at here. The AC here is set at 72 degrees Fahrenheit. It is a wonderful 71 degrees Fahrenheit and a 56% humidity here in the.
So when you said it's 90 degrees, you meant it's not actually 90 degrees for you right now. I just want to point that out.
No, I'm giving you the inside temperature. This is the inside.
Are you not inside?
I am inside, but it's 90 degrees outside.
Yeah, but you're not outside.
No, why would I be?
That's not how that works. When in the US,
you can complain about something if you're in it. Like if you can complain about it raining,
hold it.
If you're outside in the rain, like that's fine. But like if it's 70, it's 70. Like
when I said it was 90 degrees outside, that's just what the weather is. I wasn't complaining. I love 90 degree outside. Tomorrow, let's see what it. Now this is like the shittiness.
Yeah, see, when I'm telling you it's 30 degrees centigrade, I mean both outside and inside.
Yeah, well, that's your problem.
Well, I guess.
yeah, exactly. It sounds like
also
a problem.
It's also always high humidity because I live close to the sea. So.
Yeah. Well, that will be me the end of the month, hanging out at Hilton Head, 100% humidity and 95 degrees at noon.
Why the fuck is my thing not working?
But so when we look at tomorrow, it's going to be rainy, 83% humidity, and it's going to be a high of 72. Fahrenheit. And it's going to be a low of 62. So when Erik is teeing off, it'll be in the 60s and rainy tomorrow morning. But I'm going to do it anyway because I owe it to myself to golf in the rain and cold and wind. I owe it to myself. Terrible.
It's your handicap, right?
I have a high handicap. I have a high handicap.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean that's just the way it is. But yeah, that's the weather.
Handicap of 34.
I don't believe men can have a handicap that high.
I believe one person.
It's index.
We're not going to go into that.
What is it? A handicap of 36?
You can
I got the number wrong there, but thank you very much for correcting me.
I'm not sure the number either. I know it was something in the 30s.
I think it corresponded with Rule 34, like the Internet Rule 34. So that's why.
Oh no! Let's not combine those two.
No, we're not going to combine those two.
Hold on, I'm trying to decipher what Jado's saying here. Okay. Finishing on time is a real challenge. Okay, 120 degrees is what we
always have issue with finishing.
When the kids start trying to shower without help. 56 degrees. Wow. Is that so, Jado? 56 Fahrenheit, and haven't had a dry day in a month. Wow.
Oof. That's.
By the way, we don't.
I have to do yard work, and it's like always fucking raining.
Well, so we had a little problem. So we have a fountain out front, but Erik's a little cheap, so he doesn't buy like a cement fountain, which I really want to do, but I want a really big cement fountain, and that would be really, really expensive. So we're not getting that. So we have like a resin fountain, and my son was cleaning it, and he dropped one of the tiers, it's resin, and cracked the resin. So he tried to, he filled it with the expanding foam stuff and just totally cracked the whole thing. I don't even know why we're talking about it.
It's full of expanding foam. What? As in, it's expanded to fill the gap. Well, no, I just put more in until it was full. You realize it expands after that, right?
For 24 hours, it continues to expand, right?
Yeah.
So now there's like a hairline crack all around it, right?
We have a word for that. Verschlimmbessert.
Can you translate that to...
Rough translation is?
Translation is you improve something, making it worse.
Yeah, that pretty much tracks. Oh,
hey,
Christ.
Did you guys hear about, since we're, Don's here, by the way, we didn't say who was here, right?
Let's see. Have we also mentioned the date?
We did. I mentioned the date, the first.
Oh, okay.
Don's here, right? Sotham, McLeod, and Erik, but maybe Wiblo will make it.
Wiblo might make it. He's
working off some steam.
Yep.
He cares too much.
Unfortunately, Dirk couldn't make it. So we're down like ranting. We're down on our ranting sort of quota probably a little bit today.
The total high on the ranting meter might hit 50, not 100.
But to be fair, the last time that we were on, like Dirk was doing a fair lot of ranting to the point where, like, we actually went over because of his ranting because he couldn't get all of his ranting in. Remember, it was the rant that he went on for like a good solid 45 minutes. I think was like CCP not allowing us to basically test these new systems coming in.
See, and today,
then,
where we can actually go over as much as we want, he's not here.
Yeah, exactly.
By,
and then it was
by
like the
way,
last
by the
15 minutes or so was, oh yeah, by the way, they're also bringing in, a massive freighter that's broken beyond all, repute.
So yeah, for the audience, I'm sitting here eating peanuts because I haven't eaten anything all day. So I'm on my second cup of coffee and a bunch of peanuts, and it's 1 p.m. here in the U.S. So I'm a little bit hungry. So I apologize for eating.
You're
going to the movies.
I'm 6 hours in the future. I think Soth is 7 hours in the future.
Yeah, I'm going to my since my parents are going to be in Europe for over Father's Day. I'm taking my dad out to see Planet of the Apes this weekend.
Oh, nice. Not bad.
So, yep, it's my weekend, and then I get to take care of their cat for 20 days. Ooh.
Has anybody looked at the trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine? I already have my tickets. I already have my tickets.
Pretty good.
No, not trailers.
It looks pretty
I already have my tickets.
It does look pretty good. But then again, I mean, it's a Deadpool film. It should be really fucking fun.
It looks like a lot of
fun.
Did
you also see the HBO trailer for their new Dune series?
No, I didn't. What is it?
Yeah. So it's
The
taking
Boys
place
is coming out.
So it's taking place like I think several thousand years before before Paul Atreides, and it's about the Bene Gesserit.
Nice.
So yeah,
I want to see that. Cool. I like the prequel books.
It's like they're sort of like I don't know whether it's going to be like really, really strict on any kind of source material that they can find, but like I think it's going to be sort of like the Dune version of Game of Thrones, I guess, maybe a little bit.
That'll be cool. That'll be interesting.
Pretty cool. It's coming. I think it's on HBO Max in this fall sometime. So this autumn time, September, October, maybe. Looks really cool. Looks really, really fucking cool.
I'm gonna have to look for the. Oh shit! I just dropped peanuts like everywhere.
Called. What is it called? Oh shit. It's called Dune Prophecy. If you want to look for that.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll be checking it out.
All
right. I gotta stop eating these because gotta be driving people crazy.
Yeah. So
I'm here with my Costco coffee cup. There you go.
Lovely. You never guess, but we almost had a launch today, like a rocket launch today.
Oh, did Boeing not launch?
Boeing did not launch. No.
Were they afraid that a door was going to come off?
4 minutes, like 3 minutes 50 seconds or something.
Did they give a reason, or another valve leaking? I don't know.
I don't know. They have it was the computer on the rocket. They sort of released control to the rocket computer, and the rocket computer basically went, "Nah, I don't like this," and scrubbed it. So they're looking into why, but probably it is something to do with that or something to do with the rocket. I'm not sure. But it's becoming fucking. It's becoming a farce now. Like the amount of scrubs that they're going through, and the amount of fucking times that the length of time that they've had to sort of get this right.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, what you are talking about, like actually having humans on the top of that rocket this time. So it's like, you go through and you make sure that everything is perfect before you actually launch, and make sure that everything is perfect.
Nah, just hit the button and wish them the best of luck.
They said LC switch is the problem.
The two that are up, the two that are like on the top of that rocket are fucking brave, because I wouldn't. I know that. Like,
no.
If it was like, oh yeah, I'd like you to go into this capsule that's built by Boeing. That's going to be the only thing between you and, like, you know, hard vacuum and death. I would be like, fucking, that's a no from me.
That's a no for me, dog.
Exactly. I would
You
not
really-
want to do that.
You're really nice. You're really fun. I like your look, but no.
So the next launch opportunity will be 3 minutes after noon, 12:03 p.m. on Sunday Eastern Time, U.S. They will be draining the tanks shortly here.
Oh, you just getting up?
And they do not know what caused the hold.
Yeah, they haven't quizzed the computer, the internal flight computer yet, I think.
You would think the computer would say, "Oh, I found a reason I don't want to do something. Write it in a freaking log file." But no.
Yeah, it should be like auto written to a log file that they can just query straight away, right?
Yeah, and it's like, they should be watching it scroll. Tail dash F, baby, right on the file as you're launching. Right? Oh, look. Okay.
I mean, the last time they had I think it was something on the actual rocket. They had they had a valve that wasn't stuck. It was like reacting far too quickly. It was like turning on and off like 30 times a second or something like that.
Wow.
It really shouldn't be doing. So they had to scrub for that. Before that, it was something to do with the actual capsule.
True Stain guy saying that Boeing saved 2 astronauts by scrubbing. So.
Well, it turns out the guidance computer did actually function this time, like in terms of checking everything.
Do you really need a guidance computer? Like, you just eyeball it; it'll be fine.
Around that direction.
Just land in this 30 square mile, section. It'll be. I'm sure it'll be
right. Fine. Aim for the moon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of smart people in spacecraft, right? I don't know how it showed up in my feed, okay? But it was a 2005. It looked like it was like an Oracle Open World keynote, probably Larry Ellison, okay? He was talking about how a Wall Street Journal writer went to them and said that Elon wasn't smart or something like that. And he's like, really? Because this dude is landing spaceships on robot barges in the ocean. I think he's pretty smart.
Elon is like he's like, the thing is, like, when people say somebody's smart, somebody's not smart. When somebody says like, oh, this person is a genius, right? Like, for some reason, people think that like when somebody is referred to as a genius, they're a genius in every single thing.
Yeah,
like that's not how that works.
No,
like, he's a genius,
point
but
out,
like he's
not the
in
one.
Certain areas.
He's not the
really
one
terrible.
Literally coding everything for the rockets. He's not the one designing the rockets, right?
I'm gonna debate that topic. I think he is.
Designer.
I think he is. He's doing it
all.
Well,
you can think that. I think he's a moron. There you go.
He's definitely a moron in certain things, for certain. In terms of
all smart people are.
In terms of organizing and managing a media and a social media company, he is a fucking moron. But when it comes to like, rocket design and that sort of thing, like, he knows a lot more than most people.
I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if you say, "Oh, it's all Elon," you are doing the actual engineers in the background a huge disservice, right?
No.
He does have a vision, and he does have that kind of like that sort of that drive and purpose of being able to say like, yes, I think this will work. Let's go for it. Nobody really kind of decided that, like, thought that it would be possible to actually make a full flow stage combustion engine, especially considering the level of efficiency that engine has. But he was able to get a team around and get smart enough people in the same room to be able to work out what's needed, figure it out, put it into a plan, get it built, test it, adapt it, to the point where it's actually working, and actually functional. Like, it's an impressive thing.
Something.
And that's just the engine. That's not the sort of like the landing kind of side of things, which is the thing that's, a lot of people see SpaceX as like, unique selling feature, right?
By the way, I want everybody to go to Steam Chat or Stream Chat and look at my really cool 100-month 8-year badge that I apparently got sometime. I don't even know when the fuck I got it. I'm like, holy shit!
You got the Titan badge now.
Is that what that is? I don't know. I'm just looking at it, I'm like, what the fuck is this badge thing, right? And I'm like,
it looks like the Titan icon in game.
There you go.
I might be wrong on that one, but it looks like it.
Side question: what should I play on stream once I finish Baldur's Gate?
Any
suggestions?
Baldur's Gate. You could play Diablo 4 with us.
Yeah, Diablo 4 is good.
Yeah. No. I'm not much of a dungeon.
If you don't fancy your sanity, you can try Dark Souls.
That would be funny to watch me just fail, because I'm not necessarily good at those games.
Look, you would not be first one to stream Dark Souls on the INN channel. The first one was Boat, and
that went as expected, I imagine.
That's hard to follow up for sure.
Look. I like, after watching him for an hour, I went on comms with him and gave him little tips here and there, and Stream Chat got a bit mad because I was helping him too much. So every now and then I would actually lead him to his death just to make up for it.
Well played.
It was hilarious. But yeah, could try Elden Ring.
I know the DLC's coming out, but I've never played Elden Ring and I've never played a Souls game. They don't appeal to me. Not that I couldn't play it, but I don't think I would be. I think I would be too frustrated to do it.
It would get you very frustrated. I'm certain about it.
Yeah, but that also makes actually winning that much better, right? That's the whole appeal behind those games. Actually overcoming that challenge. If it's not your game, that's fair. I just want to point out Elden Ring is definitely the easiest way into Souls games.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but the easiest.
I just wish Stray had been more of a game. The kitty cat game was great. But it only had
there's a new cat game coming.
Which one?
I don't remember the name. I was told
that's not helping me, Soth.
In Belgrade. Go ask. I think Sylvia told me.
I'll look it up, I guess. But yeah, I'm in Act 2 of Baldur's Gate for my.
You still have plenty of time then.
Oh, no! You think we're gonna do all of the? Okay, so the
yes, do all of it.
Have you seen what I've been? You know what I'm doing, right? Like that. What my challenge is?
Your challenge, yes, the incredibly hard challenge of using only thrown stuff.
No. Throwing things, but I'm not using a single weapon in this game. Not a single weapon. I'm throwing plates and spoons and dead bodies. My best weapons are my 3 squirrels I have. They are the deadliest things. I literally killed somebody by throwing 2 squirrels at them. It was great. They're just like, what jam? And they're just dead. Oh, okay, great. Yeah, so no weapons tags though. We are allowing spells that have throwing or hurling in the description. So Ice Knife is actually a primo spell, surprisingly. So, but yeah, I don't want to do all of the Act 3 quests with it. Because Act 3, you know what? I hate Act 2 the most out of the 3 acts, but Act 3, there's a lot of quests in there that I'm just like, oh my god, can we just get over with this?
I mean, at this point, I think you actually put more hours into Baldur's Gate than me.
Oh yeah, I'm over 500 something. I don't think my game's reporting all my hours correctly.
And I want to point out, I started playing when the game hit beta, right?
Yeah. I mean, I just enjoy it. So I've got a monk playthrough going personally, and then I have the one for INN going at the same time. Because I never played a monk. Everyone said monk was fun, so I like picking the different class dialogue options as well, just to see what people's reactions are to them. And I gotta say, barbarian is hilarious. And cleric is probably the easiest way to get through the game because everyone's like, yes, my priest, I shall do as you say. Thank you so much. And you're like, thank you.
Go walk into that fiery pit of death. Yes, I shall do so.
I literally talked my way out of fights that I should not have talked my way out of.
Dawn, what kind of game do you want to play then?
I do like story games.
Story games.
Yeah, like RPGs.
Adventure.
I like RPGs.
Could you get a bit more specific than RPGs?
Something that doesn't require aiming, because I am bad at aiming. As my stream chat can tell you, even with a game where it's point and click on what you want to throw, somehow I still mess that up sometimes.
Hang on. Oh, wait, is the new game actually called Awakening?
I just say we don't have to come up with an option now. I just say think about it. Think what you think might be fun. I am willing to do a horror game. I love watching people play horror games, but I hate playing them because it's so stressful for me. But that might be entertaining to watch me freak the fuck out. Because I'm easily frightened.
Okay, I have one for you.
Great.
And this one's actually a really good game. Alien Isolation.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that is great.
I've seen so many videos of that. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it.
Don't play the VR version.
Yeah, that would be the one that scares you.
Yeah, because all people would see is me sitting in a chair with these things on my face.
And your heart rate, yes.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can take that. I know that game.
Yeah, if you had a heart rate monitor that you could actually show up on screen, that would be fantastic. Watching.
I'm tempted to do Soma.
But it is a good game. I
don't think anyone knows that game.
Alien Isolation is too much, but you want to play Soma? Okay.
Oh, you know what Soma is?
I've heard of it. Yes.
It's way less scary than Alien Isolation.
Next thing, she's gonna play Outlast.
No.
Alien Isolation isn't. I don't want to say it's that scary. It builds a lot of atmosphere, right? So the few scares that it does do land, right? But it's most of it is just building atmosphere.
It's a lot of tension and then releasing the tension eventually.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a YouTuber, Lanny Pator, for those of you who watched old YouTube in Team 4-Star with all the Dragon Ball Z Abridged stuff. He would he did the voice for Krillin. So what he would do is use Krillin's voice and personality to play those scary games. And so that's why I know all those games and what they're like. But it's funny listening to Krillin, the scaredy cat from Dragon Ball Z, freaking out as he's getting strung up or us tied to a table about to be sawed in half, in Outlast whistleblower. So if you need a good laugh, they're very good. They're old now. Obviously, it's been like 10 years plus, but they're very good. He usually does a horror game around Halloween. And then he did Amnesia as well. That was I had never heard of Amnesia, and I watched him play it, and it's pretty fucking funny.
Okay, what do you think about older games?
I'm fine with older games.
Okay, there's one game that
chat.
there's one game that I really enjoyed, even though I understand it's not a good game. But the story is pretty good. That's Dreamfall.
I've never heard of that one. Look it up.
I can't say I've heard of that one, actually, to be fair.
But yeah, I'll think of a game. Dreamfall, I'll take a look at, but I figured I'd ask for you guys. Oh god.
As far as I know, Alien Isolation doesn't have like, significant amounts of jump scares. So like it's
no, it doesn't.
It's more sort of like dread.
Yes.
Kind of sort of feeling and that kind of stuff.
It's like the first movie, right?
Yeah. It doesn't have jump scares, but it has this sort of feeling of like, you're like, it's that sort of trapped.
It's like an alien's hunting you on a ship.
It's like you're being hunted by an alien. You're trapped and you're trying to find ways of being able to either fight it, escape it, or somehow subdue it. Like,
well, you can't fight it.
Well, yeah, exactly. You can try and fight it, but like you're gonna fail.
It's not going to do anything. Well, it's going to get you killed. That's what it's going to do.
I feel like just shooting it should have been like the first priority. Stabbing it, but
you can try that.
You can surely try. As
long as it doesn't kill the cat.
The game will give you weapons to be able to do so if you want to try it, but like, look on that.
So, what else is there anything new going on in Eve? I know the patch notes are hitting next week.
There's been some interesting things that have happened since we were gone, right? Because we weren't we kind of had a little bit of a break last week, kind of thing, after the epic amounts of ranting that Dirk had. Regarding not being able to actually test certain things, and CCP actually trying to, sort of wanting to release a freighter that is broke as fuck. But since then, we've had like some explainers and some examples and some, showcasing of the new ship skinning feature.
I did see that.
That seemed to be pretty cool. Can go into that if you want a little bit, like in terms of the cliff notes of that.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
I only caught a little bit snippets of it. It looks like basically they have like a color palette, and then for like symbols and stuff, it's like, is it the same as the corp symbol selections?
So from what I've seen from what's been described, there's basically, you have like a color, like a selection of potentially 5 different colors. I think it's 4 colors of various different areas of the ship and that kind of thing. And then you have like a pattern, sort of decal pattern kind of thing. Like, and I imagine that's probably where the unique decal for, like, say, your alliance might end up going, right? But you have a decal / pattern that you can apply, and then you can actually move that around and change it and put it in different areas of the ship and stuff. And then you can also like color that pattern as well in some way, shape, or form. So it's like there's like basically 5 customization slots. The different colored nano coatings and the pattern can also be colored as well. So that's how that works. Basically you start out with a bunch of nano coatings and patterns when it releases, but you can also pick new ones up on the market, probably from players and potentially maybe from NPCs, as well as you can get it from like event rewards, daily goals, and loot drops as well, apparently. Other than that, you'll be able to craft
tournaments.
Probably tournament. Actually, maybe not. I'm not sure. Probably they'll probably
no one knows yet.
Yeah, nobody knows yet. But what they're saying is, although you'll be able to craft skins for almost any ship in Eve, you won't be able to do it for the capsule. You won't be able to do it for Tech 3 ships, and you won't be able to do it for special edition ships, like, for example, tournament ships. I imagine you won't be able to do it for tournament ships. Yeah. So in terms of like designing it, you kind of you settle on a design eventually, and then when you actually go and create it, like you have to use you sequence it into a skin license, which could be applied to a ship, but you can either apply it to your account, or you can sort of print it out as an item that you can actually either, I think, put on the market, or I think instead of actually putting it on the market, you can put it on. You can't put the actual like the design skins, the player design skins on the market, but you can put it on this like, fuck is it called? It's like a
BPC for skins.
It's like a Plex, like the NEX store, but for skins, specifically for skins. Something like that. It's kind of like a specific store specifically for skins.
Weird.
Yeah. It's called the Paragon Hub. Apparently, provides a platform to showcase designs and find the ideal look for your fleet. Interface is easy to navigate, and Hub provides opportunities for budding designers to make a name for themselves. Not to mention untold riches, as and when. As well as being a venue to buy design elements, Paragon Hub allows
so you
skin
can
sellers to
design
sell stuff. Yeah.
So you can buy like a little flag to put on the thing, and the color. I assume that they're monetizing each color, because
I mean, I don't know. Like, you can apparently people who are selling things on that particular market, the Paragon Hub market, can choose whether they want to sell it for Plex or for ISK. So it's not. It doesn't seem like it's intentionally monetized by CCP, but I imagine there are going to be elements that are monetized that you can't get anywhere except for purchasing it from CCP. Yeah. But the skins like Prime skins and stuff like that, and other skins will continue to be available throughout the New Eden, the NEX store, the New Eden store, and the Eve store. There will be certain Prime skins will also feature patterns, effects, and colors that are not available through the Paragon Hub or the Skinner sort of system, such. So, you're still going to get like a degree of uniqueness to those particular skins that you can't actually get by the player made skins. But player made skins can be much more significantly tweaked, as it were, than any other sort of existing skins that we have. So we're getting closer to like very unique skins. There are also apparently there's also going to be like certain aspects or certain kind of certain bits that you use to sort of add to it, the nano coatings and the patterns and stuff like that are going to be either single use or like unlimited runs. So you could potentially like make skins that are quite lucrative, but it really depends on whether not in terms of the rarity, but whether people actually want it. Because there's always that kind of there's always the sort of ideal scenario of it looks really fucking fantastic and it's super rare, which is where you kind of get the really high prices for skins. But if it's super rare but it looks like ass, chances are you won't have a market.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Tamba be warned.
I don't know this.
I think
it feels
to
like
be fair,
this will be very like hard to actually find a skin that you like, because it will be full of so many skins, right? If everyone puts up their own skins, then gonna be
it will be difficult.
Yeah. Wonder how they will tackle that.
I
There's
don't know,
gonna be like a limit of like offers you can put up or something.
I think there is, and I think it'll be based on certain skills. So yeah, there's going to be like new skill books that you're going to have to purchase and train up in order to put down more skins like on the market. I think
it's going to be depending on your trader reputation. Bring a bit of Tarkov into Eve.
That would be pretty cool as well. Like if you have a good rep from selling stuff, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But like, I think they're looking a little bit to the contract kind of system in terms of how to sort of design like some skills into that. So with more skills allowing you to put more market trades up, or put more market trades up, or more contracts up, that kind of thing. So higher skills means you'll be able to put up more skins onto the store, that sort of thing. I mean, like level 4 skins taking 10 days. Well, if you've got like, a huge chunk of SP that you haven't applied, then it might take a lot less. Just saying.
You mean a few million?
Yeah, if you just so happen to have like a shitload of SP, like that you haven't applied anywhere, yeah. You can have level 5 in the first 5 minutes.
I was gonna say some of us are rocking a couple million just hanging out.
Yeah, just passively, like just sitting there. But yeah, there was that.
Do.
So there was that. Obviously, like launched the new freighter. I don't know if you guys had any, particular things that you wanted to say about the Avalanche, the new freighter that's like, basically eclipsing every other freighter in the game.
Oh yeah, it's dumb.
It is dumb.
I think it just looks like a weird orca. But other than that, I don't care. I'm not going to use it anyways.
It's like two orcas that have collided and, phased into each other at 90 degrees. It's the X-shaped one, by the way. The big one.
I know. It looks like, has anyone seen the movie Doom?
It's designed by Elon. Got it.
Like no one's ever heard that joke before. Has anyone seen the movie Doom with Keith Urban and The Rock and everything, or Carl Urban?
You mean
I saw it a long time ago?
The one of the worst video game adaptations.
No, that
ever?
was not the worst one. Okay, that actually it's at least semi entertaining because of how like cheesy it is. But yes, so in there it's got the big fucking gun, right? The BFG. It looks just like that ship. Like it's got the X and everything in front. I'm pretty sure. And so when I look at that, I just think of like, oh, I guess I could shoot a couple aliens with that.
You can't just shoot a hole in the surface of Mars. Like, come on.
It's fine. It's fine.
BFG has had several different looks throughout.
Yeah.
Throughout Doom's sort of reimagining. Clearly, I just did a Google search and like, yeah, it's they're very loose on the actual design of the BFG.
Yeah,
clearly. Never mind.
I mean, the things they could do over the years have also changed drastically, right?
Yeah. Want to give an example or two?
Oh, you did.
Whoa, that was
Sloth went into a different dimension. It's fine.
His router is melting. I don't know whether he's back yet.
There he goes. Boom. Gone.
Oh, yep. Never mind. Sloth's router just melted under the heat of the sun in Germany, it seems. I'm sure he'll be back. You just need to sort of, collect it all back up and, get the traces working. But
Test.
hey, there we go. See,
there he
that was
is.
fast. That was very fast.
Yeah, my internet is being fucky today.
It's all the sun, man. You guys are not used to it.
Right.
But yeah, so we had the Skinner thing. We had this might trigger Sloth. We had the Equinox and Focus Stronger Groups and Enhanced Goals thing about the comprehensive updates to the corporation window.
Yeah, you mean the part where everyone who has never touched the corporation window is like, oh, this is a nice update. And everyone who has is like, what the fuck?
You're like, it's not any better.
I think I'm justified in thinking that that may have touched a nerve with Sloth.
Oh, maybe
Just a little bit.
Like, hey, let's take a window where it's already hard to fit all the information on, and just make everything 3 times bigger.
Yep, and put it put on horizontal navigation bars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's apparently similar to the opportunities window, which I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I imagine it's pretty bad. Like at least from Saul's perspective, it seems to be a pretty bad thing. Oh, and tooltips as well. So if you didn't know what the fuck anything did, then you now do. But if you did know what the fuck, then it's just another thing that just fucking starts popping up and causing you aggravation, right?
Mm-hmm. What happened to options?
Wow. People don't want options. They want, a more streamed.
Are you telling me I am not people?
I don't know. Do you have a split personality?
Maybe.
Well, then you probably are people. Then
people are people,
mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, we discussed this, and we all agree we want options.
Yeah. But I love that. I love how that, it's a comprehensive update to the corporation window, and then they basically say that the new design is a horizontal navigation bar, and there's tooltips, right? That give you information about stuff, and then they go into, oh yeah, so the additional that's the comprehensive update, right? Because then all they do is they say, oh yeah, we have 2 new types of corporation projects. Like, well, hang on, where was the comprehensive update to the corp window? Like suddenly you're veering off to something else, some other random thing, right? And it's like, ship loss projects was basically like, if somebody loses a ship, then
they get instant SRP.
Yeah, it's a simplified SRP, but it's also a way of, creating a lot more issues, because it's like, oh crap, well because like when do fights ever only take place in one particular system at by through and
I wonder.
Specifically just
many...
a certain set of corporations or alliances. Like, you always have third parties. You always have situations where a fight will take place on either both sides of a gate, or sort of like end up going into a different system that may not be part of the ship loss project that you've set up and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, it's just gonna make it like it's gonna, like, yeah, it may solve or make sort of certain things a little easier at times, but it's also going to kind of make it more awkward to use if you're leaning on that to basically do the heavy lifting for most stuff. Because when the
it really
specifics of it
depends
doesn't work, it's
how much we can control, right? How
Yeah.
in depth the options are for like when to give out the money and when not.
I mean, it says that the conditions that can be tailored are specified, like the ship type, the lost location, and the organization responsible.
Yes, but like organization responsible, is that going to be a whitelist or a blacklist, or can you switch?
Yeah, would you be able to use the ACL lists, like specific, like specifically preset ACL lists to be able to say, if the organization is on this particular ACL is responsible, then pay out, like,
or if it is like if it's not on this list, then
or
pay
that,
out,
yeah, the
right?
reverse
Because
of that.
you kind of want your enemies, right?
No, that's true. That's true. I was just thinking of ACL as being a way to group, a bunch of different orgs that may not be related in terms of like,
but
that
it's
corporation
easier,
is in that alliance.
It's easier to make a list of your group than a list of those who are not in your group.
No, that is very true. Yeah. That would be nice if you could literally have anybody other than this group of people.
Yeah, that would be the smart way of doing it, which is why I don't expect it to be an option,
No.
at least in the beginning. CCP, if you're listening,
hopefully they iterate.
That should be an option.
Yeah, it definitely should be an option.
And I can tell you,
just a little drop down when you're setting it up in terms of is this group or is this set of group, and then just a little drop down on the is to is not. In terms of the rule set.
Right.
That'd be fine.
Do we want to talk about the thing that happened that got fixed really quick?
Well, so okay, right. Are we gonna talk about this, or are we not gonna talk
I mean,
about
we don't need to talk about it at length. It's just
we don't need to, but like it'd be fun if we did. And I think we can talk about we can talk at length about it. But I need to ask you a few questions. I need to ask you a few questions.
Yes.
Right, like very, very specific questions regarding this. Right.
Okay.
One. Right, let me just get this right in my fucking head. So. How am I going to phrase this without giving the game away? I don't think I really can without giving the game away a little bit, at least. So, Soth, if you noticed something out in the wilds of the internet,
yes,
that probably shouldn't be there, right?
Yes.
And you go, those people who probably, whose that stuff is, very much about, they should probably not have this really easily accessible by the general public. If you go and you talk to those people and you say, hey, you might not know this, but there's some very sensitive stuff on the internet for everybody to see if they know where to look. You probably shouldn't have this there, right?
Yes.
And they go, thank you very much for letting us know. We'll sort this out. And then you wait, and then you see that that's been resolved, right? But then, there's still elements of that in that location that you think they probably should have, removed this stuff as well. But you kind of think to yourself, but I've told them about the fact there's all of this stuff there, and they've gone and they've removed things. So surely the stuff that's left is fine, right?
Well, I mean that it also kind of depends on when you are telling them, right? If you are going
that's
like
true.
on a weekday during business hours and you tell them for something that was probably something that should have been removed very fast, then yes, you can expect them to get through it immediately.
To get through it immediately, and we saw the turnaround fairly quickly, right?
When it happens on a Friday at midnight,
yeah, that's true. That's true, but I mean, those sorts of situations are the situations where, if you're employed by somebody whose this stuff is, you'd probably be, it would probably be a good idea to come in on a Saturday morning to make sure that everything's squared away properly, right? Just to be sure, right? Oh, by the way,
look,
I know that we said that we were going to do something.
Me,
I need to go to work just for like a couple of hours just to make sure that something's sorted.
If it would be me, I would probably pull everything and then sort through it and then release the stuff that was intended to be released.
Yeah,
that's how I would do it.
And my question is, if stuff still remains, is it fair game?
No, I don't think so. No, because we are talking about some quite sensitive information, right? Which is, by the way, for the viewers, why we don't want to go into detail here. Which I think it would be unfair to release that information or put it in the public view, because there's information about people and things that had nothing to do with that being released, right?
Oh yeah. There was definitely stuff that was there that was personally identifiable, or like private information that shouldn't have been there. Let's put it that way.
So yeah, I would definitely go and remind them, hey, you might have overlooked this, or maybe this is test data and not actual real data, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely give them the benefit of the doubt and try to solve things, right? Because you're not helping anyone by being malicious here.
No, I don't think
right. So. As much as we don't, as much as we give CCP shit, we do want Eve to be successful, and that means we want CCP to be successful, right?
Yes. I love the guesses in chat. A lot of it's about Asher for some reason. Whatever. But I had a quick look. I decided, to double check to see what was still there as such for today, and it seems as though somebody did indeed go in, on a weekend to double check and make sure that everything there was, it is, everything that's there is kosher, and it seems as though the vast majority of the stuff that was still there initially after the first, oh crap, like we probably shouldn't have this up on in a sort of place for the public to be able to view it, has gone, as well as that stuff. So
and
I don't know how much you want to talk about it in that regard. Like,
all right, I must run off to my meeting. You guys have fun.
I didn't have much to do with it, right? I literally went to one of the CCPs I know and was like, hey, I heard about this stuff. You probably don't want this public, so maybe forward it to the people who need to know. right?
Just so people are wondering, like, we weren't the ones to find this.
Yeah,
like, we got told about this doing the rounds in some way, shape, or form.
Look, if you ever come across something that you think CCP didn't intend to make public, or like anything else, that you want to hand over to CCP and be like, hey, maybe you should take a look at this. You should go talk to one of the community managers. They're good people. They will listen to you. They are usually nice, unless they know you better. Then there's some friendly banter.
All I'll say about it. Sorry.
Definitely talk to the community managers if you ever need any information forwarded. If you're not sure who to talk to, they know who the people in charge are, right?
Yeah. All I'll say about it is it regarded it was to do with a specific project that CCP is working on and has been working on for a little while. I think that's fine to say, right, Soth?
I don't know.
Either. Like,
look.
I mean, we're not. I'm not going to be sitting here like, throwing out like Google Doc links of all the stuff that we saw in some way, shape, or form, because like, one, we don't have that, and two, even if we did, we won't do that because that's basically being a massive asshole to CCP in the middle of a development of a an IP.
And most of all, being an asshole to the people working at CCP, not CCP as an entity.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where you may have a bit of a grudge against CCP in some way, shape, or form, but like, understand that like when you do something like that, there's collateral damage that you're hitting people who may not have done anything wrong at all, and they're caught up in this, and like when you're talking about somebody who's somebody's profession, somebody's actual job, their career, like that thing hits hard. I mean, clearly somebody fucked up, right? But they should at least have the option to be able to fix their fuck up. And if they've decided,
we've all fucked up once, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're all human. We all fuck up in some way, shape, or form. Like but it's if you're told that you fucked up and you decide to basically say fuck that, and be all stand on fucking on your hubris, as it were, and continue to like double down on that fuck up, then then as far as I'm concerned, then the gloves are off, right? In that regard. But we gave them the opportunity to, and they fixed it. So all's fair. All's good. It was interesting. It was interesting to peer behind the curtain, though. Right?
It's a bit hilarious to me that I didn't look at the data at all, even though I am the one under NDA, right? So
yeah, that's true. Fair enough.
Like I just heard the chatter from other people, and I was like, should probably tell CCP that this is out there.
Yeah, and that was a good call for sure. That was definitely the right thing to do. But it does add additional intrigue to to what CCP's working on. I also have a bunch of videos to go through as well. Did you not notice? Did you not know this stuff? There was a whole bunch of videos as well.
Wow.
No. Again, I did not look at anything.
There was a whole bunch of videos, and that wasn't even the worst. when I say worst, what I mean is like not bad for the game, bad for CCP, bad for anything, but just like, you know, errors in, you know, divulging information that you probably shouldn't have divulged. And I don't mean that by like personal stuff. I mean more sort of corporate stuff. I'll let you know sort of after the show, but fucking hell. Because so you went to sleep a little early, like, well, regular time for you last night, but like the deep diving into it like continued for a few hours, and we found a few other things as well.
You mean for the few hours you had until it was pulled?
Before it was pulled, yeah.
Because like, gotta hand it to them. Like I contacted them at midnight, and at 4 a.m. my time, it was gone, right? So that means someone actually pulled an all-nighter to fix it.
Somebody definitely, you know, got on the horn and woke some people up about it. Yeah, for sure. And too right, to be honest. Some of the stuff there was like definitely stuff you didn't want information out about. You know, obviously some of it was very personal information that you don't want people to know about, because it goes towards the opportunity or possibility of people being doxxed and stuff, which is never good. But there was also sort of like, you know, some corporate stuff there that probably shouldn't have been out there.
I just hope there isn't someone out there who like copied everything and has like malicious intent, right?
There's always that.
No one deserves that shit.
No. Especially without knowing that you know this is out there in some way, shape, or form, and that you need to be kind of, you know, as I said before, like if they were you know contacted and told about it and they just went, nah, fuck that, like, then fair enough. But like, you know, clearly we contacted them about it. Well, I say we, like the royal we, as it were. You Software Cell, but like some decided that it was probably a good idea to contact them about it, and you contacted them and told them that, like, yeah, this is probably not something that should be up there. And yeah, the turnaround was very quick there. But as to how long it was like there for people to see, I'm not entirely certain whether we know. Like,
yeah, and if anyone actually like, from what I understood, it took people quite some digging before they actually like found the bad stuff, right? The question is how many people actually put that effort in to dig.
Or knew how to dig in that particular way on that particular website. Yeah. I mean, I was fairly new to the site, and it took me probably a good hour to be able to figure out, you know, where all that stuff was. But yeah. So it wouldn't have taken anybody too much time, but like obviously, I was informed that there was some, you know, pretty insane stuff there. So, you know.
But yeah,
it's one of those things. It's one of those things where if you go to a field and somebody tells you there's definitely gold in that field, you know, you have more incentive and you're more likely to dig in more areas for longer than if you just get told, you know, there's a field, you know, go for it. And there might be something, there might not be. I don't know. You know, you'll dig a couple of places and be like, fuck it, that's fine. Move on.
Yep.
So yeah.
Anyway, like, someone at CCP pushed the wrong button, and when CCP got told about it, they fixed it quickly. So,
yeah,
I would say good on CCP for being on the ball there.
Not only that, but I will say that, you know, I will applaud CCP on, you know, either that person or somebody associated with the project came in on the weekend at office hours to double check and make sure everything that was there in that sort of location was scrubbed of anything and everything that could have been under NDA. So, because I double checked, I thought I'd best double check, what was there now before actually potentially talking about something that's not there anymore. And the vast majority of the stuff that was still there after the sensitive stuff was pulled has been pulled as well. So.
And most of all, when we talk about it, people will start digging, right? So it's good to know that it's gone and that
exactly
people can't unearth anything.
Yeah.
Also, by dawn.
Dawn went quite a while ago, but right.
I just noticed. All right, I'm playing Diablo.
It's all right. It's all good. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. And I thought that there was going to be more stuff there to actually talk about, like, specifically, but there wasn't. It's a little bit bummed about that, but hey, never mind. Yeah. Maybe something comes out, but like, hopefully CCP sort of like, does some reveals. Probably next year at FanFest. Actually, they'll probably do some reveals, I imagine, regarding that particular project. But I'll tell you one thing that I didn't expect to see in r/Eve. Apparently, Frat and Dracarys were in Trove Space. This will be news to you, I imagine.
Yes.
It's news to you, is it? Okay.
It is news to me. I was kind of in a different country for a little concert of a band you might have not heard of.
If you haven't heard of it, then where the fuck have you been for the past fucking, I don't know, 20 years, I guess. Jesus Christ.
So yeah, I went to see Rammstein.
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I have not been paying attention.
Open air concert, right?
Yes.
Was it open air? Yeah. So you're saying that the pyrotechnics were pretty intense.
Yes, very much so. We had a literal fire tower like 10 meters from us.
Because you were describing it, I was like, I mean, if that was indoors, then it's on fire.
I mean, you could feel the fire on your skin from the main stage, and we were pretty far away from the main stage, right? And then like halfway through the concert, they actually started using the fire towers, and yeah, it suddenly like every time it went off, it got like 15 degrees warmer around you.
Can you imagine what it would be like right in the fucking center, in the middle of it? Like,
we were pretty close to the fire towers.
You're fairly close? Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, to one of them. They were pretty spaced out. So I don't think it would be hotter like anywhere else.
Oh, okay.
Because if you get closer to it, then you get a bad angle. You get like the tower in between you and the flame.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, but if anyone like, if you guys like that kind of music and you have the chance to see them, really good show. Like probably the best concert I've ever seen. And I worked as a stagehand, so I've seen quite a few concerts.
Nice. That's pretty fucking great.
So, tell me about Jerv Space. I mean, I've been to Jerv Space.
So I'm just so it was in a system called TO21 Tech U, right? Now that's in Jerv Space. But apparently there was a bunch of fraternity, a bunch of Dracarys dudes there in some way, shape, or form.
Okay, like, and it's not the AT, so how did they get there?
Not the AT, because as far as I know, you can't drop an Astra House in the AT.
Well, you say that.
This also comes along, along in the same sort of manner of technically you can't drop an Astra house or something like that in what is it? The other kind of fucking space. One that use
What, trick space?
Before it was actual before it was actually before it was actual space that you could before it actually had like stations and stuff like that, like what the fuck was it called? Well, yeah, you have to enter it with a what we'll call it. Words fail me today for some stupid ass reason.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay. So the thing about Jove space is that there's only some very controlled ways of how to get into it, right?
Yeah.
Which for normal players is usually only the AT. And for the AT, there's tools and checks and everything that you're not bringing anything in that's not supposed to be there. Like an Astra hose.
Yeah.
Right. So technically, I think you can drop one. It's just that usually that's a pretty big red flag for CCP seeing an Astra hose in someone's cargo hold.
Yeah, and it seems as though because it was a bunch of things. So one of the weird things is, and obviously I fucking picked this up on the subreddit, right? Some people saying like, oh, maybe a person did a Sino and we were able to bridge a bunch of people there, like after a GM made a mistake and moved somebody.
No, it's too far away.
It's too far away. So, and two, it's not just one person; it's a whole bunch of people. So I don't know what happened because it was like there was like Kikimoras, there was fucking a bunch of noob ships as well, and they're all fighting each other. So I don't know what the hell's kind of really going on in that regard.
And if you're wondering how I know that it's too far away, because I have checked.
Well, I mean,
I had the same idea before.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I mean, I checked it on like .lan as such, and it was like nothing in range. So
yeah, no, it's pretty far away from everything.
I mean, there's also theories going about there saying that maybe it was some kind of kind of fuck up with regards to wormhole spawns, maybe.
I mean,
thank you very much. Craze to abyssal space was what I was talking about because somebody dropped an Astra house in an abyssal space as well.
Okay, so what and this is entirely a theory, right? Just me coming up with stuff on the spot. This is not information I have from anywhere. We have heard CCP hinting at that they are testing the new soft stuff in Jove space, right? Not exactly saying that it's in Jove space, but it was heavily hinted at.
Well, yeah,
and
I could understand that.
IHOP upgrades include wormhole stuff, so maybe what happened was that they were testing the wormhole upgrades, and it actually opened wormholes.
So that was one of the questions that I had when they had the live stream, and I never got an answer about that. And all of the videos and stuff with the sort of like the UI, had all sorts of different things. But one thing I didn't see there was any kind of wormhole, like all the wormhole sort of additions, because they're not really that used by a lot of people, because a lot of people there are a lot of groups out there would prefer to not have as many wormholes because they see it as the opportunity, like the threat opportunity for players to just jump in.
If you're a wormhole active group like Frat, then you will use them.
Yeah,
in very specific locations.
Yeah, and I know that Initiative used them as well. Like we literally had like a whole bunch of them in Cloud Ring to use literally as ways to get around all over New Eden very quickly. So yeah, they are useful. They are used, but they're not the sort of iHub upgrade that is.
It's not a go-to one.
It's not a popular one. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. So yeah, like maybe maybe it was some issue with regards to that somebody found out and was like, oh shit,
I can see, like, I can see no intended way of getting to Jove.
No. Even if it's a dev or a GM, like misclick, like you're not going to misclick and move a whole series of ships and a ship that potentially might have a, an Astra house in, like for some reason.
I cannot comment on that.
Well, yeah, understandably. But to me, it just doesn't seem logical that you'd misclick moving that many ships. Or not that many ships, but that many ships and that many people as well.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you would, then you would also be able to just move them back.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to sort of have them go on. You won't have the situation where clearly they just decided, well, we're going to have a fucking Royal Rumble in Jove space because we can't get out. There was apparently a Naglfar as well.
Someone should do the math on how much mass it was that was there. Let's see if the wormhole theory checks out. Probably collapsed the wormhole.
Wait, so this is June 1st. But there was also May 8th, May 6th. Or was that... No, they're fucking noob ships. And a prospect. What's going on in Jove space? What the fuck is going on? Starting from May 6th, like before that, it's like nothing. So yeah, it may be iHub upgrades that have gone awry in some way, shape, or form. Crazy, man. That's weird. Something else that was kind of crazy. Have you ever seen a nomad get killed by an NPC on the Girondock?
No.
No? Okay.
Also, since it's dead, he's no longer nomad. He's very much mad.
He's probably very, very mad. Yeah. So check out this dude. I'll also put it in staff chat as well, actually. And it wasn't just one. Although one of them was killed by an NPC. It was more than one. Somebody, I think the consensus.
What?
The consensus was somebody didn't want to play the game anymore, and so they just decided to load up or buy a whole bunch of nomads or have a bunch of nomads and then load up all of their stuff.
Yeah.
And just decided to undock and lose all of their stuff.
But that's like...
Yeah.
That's a bad way. Right.
At least that's a very self-destructive way to go.
At least put it into something fun and then give some fun to the new players, right?
Send it to somebody who does, who helps new players or kind of thing.
Or put it in like a capital or a super capital and have newbies kill you instead of Concord doing the work for you. That's just lame.
Concord and a couple of safety dudes, or one safety dude and a couple of NC dot dudes.
But
yeah.
Fit up a Titan and go on to Rome. Come on, be a baller.
Yeah. I mean, he lost the fact that NPC kill was 43 billion. It's just nuts. I'm not entirely certain what the fuck happened there. Like, I think he flagged criminal to sort of get concorded, and he docked up. So as soon as he undocked, he got fucking whacked by Concord. Or is it a case of no? Because you wouldn't be able to dock, would you? Or would you?
No, you wouldn't be
You'd
able
be denied.
to dock.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Might have stolen something out of a can.
Maybe.
Like on purpose.
Well, I mean, well, it wouldn't have been his own stuff, right? Because he died.
No, then it wouldn't be stealing if it was his own stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So it wouldn't unless somebody literally pulled everything from the wreck into a can of their own, and then
it still gives you a warning.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is if somebody pulled the stuff from the can, put it into another can, and then he came out, saw the can, thought that it was the can that was previously his wreck, and then looted that, and then became a criminal.
No, it actually, if I remember correctly, it gives you a warning when you try to take something from a can that isn't open to you.
Yeah, but you and me have done it many times before when you're trying to do something very quickly, and a pop-up comes up and you just go, fuck it, yes, whatever.
I don't think this guy cared enough to loot his stuff.
I'm just kind of wondering whether his intention at that particular point was to just destroy everything and leave the game, or whether something happened and he was just like, fuck it, I'm just leaving the game, and then just decided to just load everything up and
look at how many nomads there are.
I know
it takes some setup, and it
takes some setup, or it takes a big bank account and then you just buy nomads on the market cheapest as they come, kind of thing. But then again, I don't know what the nomad market is, whether there's enough nomads to be able to do that on the market as is.
I do want to point out that pretty much the first kills were all by the same person, right? So
yeah.
I'm pretty sure he did it himself.
And I'm wondering if that particular person or that particular group was had an ongoing war with him and his group, because you can't just sit there and gank a single nomad on the Jidron dock by yourself without getting concorded before you actually kill it. Right?
Actually, if you look at it, Concord is on those kill modes as well.
Oh shit! Yeah, that top damage as well.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
okay.
Someone that Yang Shampo guy was literally just pouring on the kill mill.
He was just like, fuck, there's a nomad there and it's suspect for some reason. I'll fucking shoot it.
And fun fact, if anyone's on the kill mill, Concord doesn't get the kill mill.
Right. See, I saw the NPC one on the second one, but I didn't realize there was a whole bunch of NPC on the other ones. So yeah, fuck. Yep. Clearly Concord hated him, and he just decided, fuck it, I'm going to feed everything that I have to it and then exit the game, I guess. Because that's a lot of nomads and a lot of fucking ISK.
That is a lot of fucking ISK, yes. And I'm kind of mad that this person decided to just throw it away and not have anyone else involved. I remember not too long ago we had someone quit in Goons, and he actually contacted me and was like, hey, I'm gonna weld these 2 capitals just to go out with a bang, but I have a bunch of other stuff that I want to give to Rep Swarm, right?
Yeah.
To hand some stuff to some like newbie Logi pilots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I mean, we both had a few new players getting on the kill mounts, who got really excited for shooting two dreads, and we also got a bunch of newbies who got some chips for free, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So I think that's the better way of doing it.
So one of the people that I was thinking about with regards to, maybe doing something a little bit better with that ISK rather than just, setting it all on fire, was Mike Azariah, because Mike Azariah runs or runs the Operation Magic School Bus, which basically he uses funds to basically help people, help new players, and with fitted frigates and destroyers and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I mean it kind of depends what area you were playing in Eve, right?
Yeah.
If you're a high tech dude like Mark Azariah, definitely. If you're a no-sec guy, I bet there's someone like that in every organization.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're a tournament guy, like contact the tournament organizers. We are always happy to put more stuff into the prize pool, right?
Yeah.
There's
and
so
in that
many
regard,
options.
you guys are always very altruistic in that regard. Like, it's not one of those sorts of things where, oh wow, suddenly just gifted us an AT ship of some form. I'm just going to keep that. Like, no.
Yeah,
I know you guys. You would be like, this is going to be a grand prize and something.
Yeah, like we don't line our own pockets, right?
Yeah, you don't need
everything in terms of prizes that we get, we actually give out. Sooner or later. I need to say sooner or later because I still have a few of the prizes from Lost Anger Games, and I haven't found anything meaningful I could give them out for. So they might actually appear on the next tournament, and by that I don't mean the next Anger Games. I mean literally the next player run tournament.
Nice. That'd be pretty cool. So if you're considering running a tournament, contact Soth, I guess.
Yeah, I have some prizes left.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not much,
but it's honest work.
Yeah.
Thought I'd add that in.
Right. Did Erik fall asleep?
Nope, I'm here.
Maybe. Oh, hey.
So I am 100% here.
Talking about like high sec and people dying in traders and stuff, invariably makes me think, what's going on with ganking?
Ganking is it's a scourge. It needs to be brought down, right? CCP definitely needs to nerf it even harder because, like, as you just saw, like how many nomads did die in Jita to a single tornado? Clearly that shouldn't be possible.
Yeah, right.
And for anyone not aware, that was very heavy sarcasm.
Extremely heavy sarcasm. Well, I bring this up mainly because I bring this up mainly because Pirate, as a long, a well-known ganking and high sec high sec sort of war declaring corporation / alliance. Definitely alliance, not corporation. Actually shut up shop. They closed literally on the 28th.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, how do you even gank these days, right?
Well, you can't because you can't hold anybody for long enough to get ganking ships in place. Like that's the main thing. That's the main problem that people gankers have is they can't hold like marks for long enough to get ganking ships in place. You know, to spin up people and to get people into place to be able to gank ships. Like, and I understand kind of where CCP was coming from with regards to, you know, the aggravation of getting bumped constantly, but you also have to sort of remember that, you know, if you're being bumped, then then something's happened that has caused that to happen, and it wasn't just you undocking; it was you having too much stuff in your cargo, you being under a war deck, and deciding that you were going to move a bunch of stuff under a war deck. But most of the time,
that never happens.
It's not. But most of the time, it's not a war deck. Most of the time, it's not a war deck. The issue that I have with the fact that ganking's not a thing anymore is that a lot of groups that are at war with each other in nullsec, you know, still have to move things through highsec in some way, shape, or form. And most of the time, they will use alts. They will use, you know, characters that are not in the alliance to do so. And, you know, in some way, shape, or form, that kind of that should be allowed to happen in some way, shape, or form. But there should be ways and means of other players being able to do something about that.
Are we back at my favorite topic of counterplay?
Well, I love counterplay too. Like, I love play and counterplay. Like, if you allow you know, players to do something, you should allow players to be able to counter that in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
And moving stuff around highsec in freighters and disallowing through game mechanics for anybody to be able to do anything about that without like serious, like without absurd levels of, you know, without absurd levels of punitive punishment, like, it's just, I hate it. I don't think it should be a thing. And I know I'm preaching to the choir here. I get that.
Like,
but like,
I could see that maybe you want to give like a grace period to new players. But
yeah.
Let's be honest, the people getting ganged are usually not new players. They're usually sitting in very expensive freighters.
Yeah,
right?
I get maybe moving, you know, some what seems to be quite expensive minerals around in, you know, a T1 hauler of some form, or maybe like a, you know, slightly larger ship or whatever, right? Or maybe a blockade runner. You know, yeah, fair enough. But if you're talking about like people who are flying freighters and stuff and of those sorts of sizes, like, they've progressed beyond being a new player at that particular point, in my opinion. But you also need to make it so that it's like not trivial to do this sort of thing, so people can't just be, you know, target like harassed, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the sort of that's the area that you need to kind of play around with. And I think the mechanic of, you know, preventing people from being bumped is you know, too heavy-handed at this point.
I agree.
It's just a question of, like, you know, what could be done about that,
and
other than just removing it, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk at length about what we would do, but the issue at hand is that certain people at CCP seem to think that ganking itself is the problem.
Ganking without knowing why you've been ganked, or being ganked purely because you're being griefed by some player or some group of players, like, yeah, it is something that I don't think should be in the game. But like, having those sort of things of having those like things basically sort of saying, you're attempting to undock with a ship that has stuff in the cargo hold that's worth twice as much than the actual ship is worth. That might be a bad thing in high sec.
Can I just point out that I have been farming this entire time for Ramalatni's gift, and I have finally found one.
Oh, is it a very rare thing to find?
No, it's one of those things that if you need one, you can't find one, and then once you have enough, you find them all the time.
Yes, that particular mechanic. That's a fantastic one. I hate that so much. I'm glad that you found one. Now you will find many, many more because now you don't need to.
No, I still need one.
Oh well, you no. I was giving you an out there to find one easily, and you literally just spoiled it for yourself. You could have specifically said, "Well, thank God I don't need one anymore," and then another one would turn up.
The game knows I need one.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. So other than Pirate, like shutting its doors, there was also another alliance that is very, very, well known in the history of the game. Solar Fleet.
Solar Fleet was still around?
Apparently, Solar Fleet was still around, but they were basically there were three corporations
years ago.
There were three corporations holding it up: Solar Dragon, Solar Guards, and Solar Key. I'll give you one guess as to which one of those three were the executive corp.
It must be Solar Dragon.
Dragons, Guards, or Keys.
Really? How can anyone guess that? That's such a hard puzzle.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, they basically exited the alliance, and the corp the alliance was closed, and that was on the 28th as well. So a bunch of things happened, like literally on the Tuesday for some reason. And I'll tell you one thing that also happened on the Tuesday, and I don't think this was the thing that sort of caused all of these things to happen. And it was a patch note. Yes, we're going to go into a patch note.
Yes, people read the patch notes and were like, "Oh hell no!"
It was like, "Oh Jesus Christ, really? Like, oh God, yeah, I would rather die on Jitter in all of my
nomads,
nomads than deal with this." And you know what that change was?
What was it?
It was a change to audio. No, but it's a good change to audio. This is the thing. Right, so this is the patch notes. Optimize the delivery mechanism for audio files. As a result, changes to audio related assets such as music will require significantly less downloading with future patches. This does require a one-off re-downloading of some audio assets with today's patch. But the technical aspect of this, which is the important bit, is due to optimizations in how audio is handled in the client, RAM use has been reduced significantly. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
It hasn't been that much of an issue with the 64-bit client.
I mean, when you hear the sort of the example that they give, you may think again. The example is a client docked in Jitter will now use approximately 750 megs of less of RAM.
Yes.
So this is almost 3/4 of a gig less RAM just docked in Jitter.
Like, yes, this is why we always told people to disable the audio, right? Because before the 64-bit client, you had 3.5 gigs of RAM that the Eve client could use.
And that was maximum. That was all the RAM that they could use.
3.5 gigs, yes. Let's not go into detail why it's 3.5 gigs. Just trust me, it's 3.5 gigs.
Yeah.
In a max tie-dye fight,
there's just so much.
That's not that much, right?
Yeah, there's so much going on, so many assets that like.
Yeah. If you have a gig just taken up by the audio, then you know why we told people to disable it.
Exactly. Especially when you have multiple clients as well.
I mean, the audio on Eve is pretty fun, because it actually takes like positioning and range and all of that into consideration, which is why it takes up so much resources.
And that's not based on where your ship is, it's based on where your camera is. So if you're like zooming around like by orbiting and all that kind of shit, like it's doing a lot of calculations as to what the audio should be. Quite a lot. Yeah. So there's a lot of resources used for that particular kind of thing. So, thankfully it's going to use a lot less RAM. So I don't know, maybe, especially now with the 64-bit client that it's released from that 3.5 gig limit, that if you have a decent amount of RAM, 32 gig or more, like chances are in big fights, you might actually be able to leave the sound on without any punitive effects, which is good. I think that's nice. Wouldn't you say, Sothrasil?
Yes, it's good. I'm still playing Diablo, okay?
I know you're still playing Diablo. I could tell.
I'm trying not to die.
Diablo?
Oh, God.
Everything is exploding. Half of it is mine, and I can't tell which half.
That's Diablo.
Yeah, this Diablo 3, so,
It's very explodey.
Yes.
Yeah.
For those that have played Diablo, I'm currently playing a Tal Russia Meteor build, so yes, very explodey.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, like there was, as seems to be the sort of like the normal on the subreddit, there was like a post about botting.
Of course.
But not just botting, but like botting with
who was accused this time?
Botting with like a lot of racism as well going on in it as well.
Oh, okay, yeah. What dogs mentioned?
No, not dogs mentioned. Actual N bombs mentioned.
Oof,
like pretty heavily. I don't know what CCP why CCP isn't looking into this more heavily or not, but like
What the botting or the N bombs?
I mean, the bot. I'd like them to look into the botting a bit more, but like
that was a joke, right?
I mean, I don't know. Well, I would imagine that like heavy levels of heavy levels of racism that's happening should be looked into a little more at least.
Yeah, but
or a little more
then
urgently.
it's not happening on any CCP stuff, right? It's happening on Reddit. So
yeah, I guess there is that. But it is happening in like the racism is happening in like local chat in the client. It's just happening using Chinese was it the Chinese language client and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's there's a level of obfuscation going on. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and then it's someone actually has to report this, right? You can't expect CCP to act if no one's actually reporting it.
I mean, I'd imagine that's being reported. Like, I wouldn't be. I can't understand why somebody wouldn't report it and then just go to Reddit. Like,
farm some karma.
I mean, there's a bit of karma farming, maybe, but not much. I wouldn't say 71 upvotes is like karma farming.
No.
Anyway, it's kind of like most of the stuff that I had, at least.
Well, we should definitely mention that there is no meta show today.
Oh yeah, we should mention that.
Oh,
no meta show.
I didn't
And
realize
I
that.
mean, we only got 10 minutes left to our planned end anyway, so
Okay.
not like we are ending early.
That's true. That's very true. Like, you know, we've got space for one last thing, or one last
We did.
things as such. If we want to go, like,
So,
I don't know, do you have anything?
I'll go first for one last thing. It's completely not Eve related, but
okay.
Unless you want to go first with something Eve related.
It's not like this show has ever been, you know, strict about being Eve only. So go for it, dude.
That is true. That is true. So I read an article the other day that that over there in Italy, the East Coast blue crab is an invasive species, and they got like more blue crabs than they know what to deal with. I'm like,
I mean, food.
Food.
I will tell you, Maryland blue crabs are some good crabs, steamed and eaten. I mean, they're my second most preferred crab.
I think the bigger issue is catching them rather than knowing what to do with them.
Super easy to catch them. They're stupid.
Okay.
They're stupid.
The way that you started that off reminded me very much of Letterkenny, where you said, you know, read an article the other day.
Yeah, no. The yeah, no. But yeah, they you know, all you really need is a cage with a hole. They can figure out how to get in it, like a little cage.
Oh, right. They can figure out how to get in, but not how to get out.
No, they can't figure out how to get out, and
that's the level of stupid we're talking. Okay.
Yeah, you just throw like some old chicken necks in there, man. You'll end up with a whole bunch of them in your thing. You take them out, you steam them.
See, that's your issue. We never have any spare chicken nuggets. Like, who doesn't finish their chicken nuggets?
Not nuggets.
Kind of
neck. Chicken neck.
Oh, okay.
Nobody eats.
I'm sorry to tell you, but my mom loves to eat the neck of poultry. So yeah, we never have that spare either. So
yeah.
Generally, in the UK, they don't tend to sell the neck. So, you know, unless you're going specifically to a farm and actually purchasing it like straight from that. Like, I imagine you could probably do that, but like,
well, you will find
maybe at butchers, but like supermarkets, yeah, they don't. No, it's literally just like it's literally wings, like legs and breast and a whole chicken minus the actual neck.
Yeah, they will sell the chicken necks in bait shops on the East Coast in the U.S. specifically because they're great for blue crab.
Chickens don't have much of a neck, right? It's more for.
By the way, you can use anything
and geese.
Yeah. Old fish, anything, bait fish, whatever, as long as it's dead in the trap. But yeah, I mean it's it's a big thing, and the other thing for those over there that have not encountered the blue crab before, when they molt and they become soft shell, they molt their shell and their shells are soft. Big thing is batter them and fry them. Put them on a sandwich, a little red hot. It's great. So they're the shell and all.
Now I want to go to France and catch me some crabs.
Italy.
Apparently in Italy. Now I want to go to Italy and catch me some crabs.
Be careful how you phrase that, though, because that may sound bad.
That might not be so good.
Look! I got Romeo to. Oh shit!
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's a good point.
So the but yeah, it's but they are particularly late season. So July, August, they get a lot of meat in them, but the meat is phenomenal. It's a little bit of work. Blue crabs are work. Go on YouTube, see how to eat and prepare and cook blue crabs. There's lots of different ways to do it. Some people want to boil them. Some people want to steam them. Old Bay, Louisiana spices. There's all kind of things you can put with them. But
would you usually put them in a broth?
No. I mean, you can. I mean, there's she crab soup, crab bisque. All that stuff can be had too. They're not as big as like Dungeness or even snow crab, right? But there's definitely a way for sure to eat them. They're good. I am a big kill them and clean them before you steam them. But there is hey, we just throw them in live and go to town and worry about all that afterwards. Throw them in some ice water for 10 minutes. They're dead. You don't want them to be dead too long before you cook them, like minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to.
However, maybe throwing them in a boiling pot live is a bit hard, a bit much.
That is traditionally how it's done.
Yeah, I know. Traditionally,
yeah. But yeah, I like you throw them in the water and you just two things you do, and then you just squirt them out with some water. They're nice and clean. Throw them in the steamer. They're done. They're wonderful.
Okay, since Erik just talked away 8 of our 10 minutes with crabs, if you want to go to FanFest and you want to go for one of the early bird tickets, hurry up because they are nearly sold out. So go get your tickets.
Yeah, they put some extra early bird tickets out there, but they're selling out real fast.
All right. What else we got to do?
One other thing I think that I thought maybe sort of people might want to know about is next Wednesday. It seems that Elon wants to sort of launch a big fuck off rocket and hopefully hope that it doesn't explode. But obviously, there's going to be a lot of people out there that hope that it does explode. But yeah, if you want to, just know that
cool shit either way.
There'll be some cool shit either way. There may well be some more sort of footage of HD footage of it entering the atmosphere again, which was really fucking cool last time.
Even if parts of it entering the atmosphere.
Yeah, parts of it. Well, the whole of it entering the atmosphere, but in a very uncontrolled situation. So it definitely fucking didn't make it down in one piece at least. But they're having an attempt again next. At least the initial kind of launch attempt is going to be Wednesday, but that may get pushed Thursday or Friday. So if you're interested about it, check it out, and remember on Wednesday that something like that's going to be happening.
Well, it's getting close to Freedom Day, so big explosions in the sky are what we do in the United States.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Another thing is happening on Freedom Day, at least in the UK, which is interesting. But we don't talk about politics on this podcast, so we'll park that particular conversation.
Do you know what I mean when I'm saying Freedom Day?
I mean, I'm thinking 4th of July, but
yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know you celebrated that in the UK.
Pretty cool. We don't, but we have an election on the 4th of July.
I was about to say they will celebrate this one.
I will be hungover on the 5th. Tell you that right now.
There you go. Enjoy it. That's all you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else?
I'm good.
Nope. That's us.
All right, everybody. Thank you for spending some time with us this week. We'll be back next weekend. Same time, same channel, same bat time, same bat channel, all that good shit. All right. I'm going to go play with my robot lawnmower.
On time at the start and at the end.
That's like, can't be allowed ever again. We'll see you, folks. A great one.
Only ever happened once.
Yeah. And we're clear.